Now this is where I was working with it, where I set up some zones, and you can see where I had it stop because I've got grass seed down and fertilizer and trying to level the area out. So you can see where it has mowed and where it doesn't, where it hasn't mowed, which is actually good. I like that. Now if you look at the lawn, you can see that it goes back and it creates a, you can see where it stops and where it starts, but it creates a nice straight edge with that, which I like that as well. And then coming along here, I've got a no zone where I didn't want it to take and cut, so it stopped there. I didn't know exactly where it was at exactly because of the mapping, and so I'm still learning the mapping area. But when you take and you look down here, you can see where I had it stop in between our lawn and the neighbor's lawn. That's not perfect yet. It's not right on the property line. I've got to learn that. But it did, in my opinion, a pretty good job of mowing the grass. It took roughly about an hour to do my very small front. I've got grass seed and dirt and soil down there mixed for this area right here, so I had it as a zoned off. But here we are now. I can't get exactly zero edging because of the cutting, but it's still got pretty good. That this would be how I would cut it myself, and then come along with the string edger to take and put it in there. Now this is another area here that didn't get mowed that I've got to take and learn how to deal with it. There's the neighbor's kitty cat, and same thing along with the edges. It did come along and do something I didn't expect it to do, is it got some of this area here while avoiding these little solar lamps. I'm going to probably take the solar lamps and get the ones that are flat in the ground, so that way it can go over the top of it. But still, I think it did a pretty good job. This, again, the mowing that it did is something that how I would mow, and then come along with the string trimmer afterwards. Coming back here, same thing down here. Being careful of how I'm cutting, and come along and string trim it. This right here, the same thing. This was part of a no mowing zone. It still did a pretty good job of taking care of things. But again, there's that line. I wanted it to stop. I didn't know how far over this would go by placing a no zone in the app, but it still did a pretty good job. Now, if I let it grow and grow and grow, there you're going to see a difference between this growing and this growing. But it did a pretty overall good job of the lawn. You look at the lawn looks really nice and green. It does have some unlevel spots, but it didn't have any issues with those unlevel spots, which is good. I have some spots in there, but my lawn is far from perfect. I got planes going overhead, but my lawn is far from perfect. It's one of those things that you have a lot of people that have these, that their lawns are perfect or in far better shape than mine.